Okay, so I think we found where this is coming from and what this is about here. All right, so the water sign is what it's claiming. Now watch until you see where it comes. And no surprise there, right? TD Jakes, or as one woman called them TD Snakes, and P. Diddy doing that sign. So this is supposed to be a book on Aleister Crowley explaining what they do and why they do it. It's in Latin, translated into English for us here. Here's the signs of the grades. All right. 1 and 2. 3 is what we're looking at. Let's see. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's get back over here. So 1 is the earth, the god said, fighting. That's the Egyptian god, right? 2 is air, the god Thul, holding up the earth. 3 is water, the goddess Auramoth. Auramoth? Yeah. So there's apparently a lot of people showing, if that's the case, if this isn't somebody just deceiving and pulling the legs, that is a water sign, and it's for that, what is it? We went over her before. She's she's that one goddess that's supposed to be like, I think it's either, what was it? It's like a leopard. She was a leopard or some type of dog head. We'll probably have to look it up. But, and then 4 is fire. The goddess. Damash, however, I don't know how you pronounce that one. 6 is the spirit, the raiding and closing of the veil. Oh, that's 5. 5. Why does it have a 6 next to it? That's that veil they're always talking about in the Druidics, right? And probably what they're talking about in in the New Testament when Jesus dies and they say what the temple and the veil was rent, right? Which then allowed, they say it was supposed to allow you to now approach God because he was the perfect sacrifice, which still it doesn't make any sense, right? Because, I mean, we read in Leviticus, the sin offering is let go into the wilderness. It's not killed. What was it? The book of Psalms tells us that no man can die for the sins of his children, and his children can't die for his sins. So the renting of the veil so you can access God doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. 7, the LVX sign, that's got to be a number, a Roman number. Osiris slain, the cross. What is 7? Oh, yeah, look at that. No, we gotta look into that, right? Did Osiris, was Osiris, how did he? Nah, I don't want to really look into that. Isis mourning is 8. Osiris rising, the pentagram, 10. Now that is interesting. Let's see. I don't want to go into all this. I just want to know what they're saying 3 is. Wait, we're looking at number 3. Let's see. And for this book to be about Crowley, there's a lot of stuff in here about angels. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Pentagram. No, that's not one. There was. This would probably be faster if we looked it up this way. The hexagram of water to the north. Huh? Tracing the hexagram of water in the north, saying, oh, I'm not going to say that stuff. Forget that. I know better than that. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Okay, go back. Didn't mean to click on that. That's what I'm looking for.
Water. The goddess Auramoth. Same body and foot position as number 2, but head erect. Arms are brought down over the chest so that the thumbs touch above the heart and the backs of the hands are to the front. The fingers meet below the heart, forming between thumbs and fingers the descending triangle of water.
Let's see, what else do they have for water? Just what is it? Those 1, 2. Oh, that's all of it, huh? But look down here. I want to go to the bottom of this and show you what I thought was interesting. Not all that. Look here. Now, like I said, this is supposed to be a book on Aleister Crowley, putting everything together from his point of view. What was it? These are some of the stuff I thought was interesting. God's names in Asia, the heavens of Asia, the sword and the serpent. Where was another one I thought stood out? The archangels of Asia, the angels of Asia, the Hebrew letters. There's another, book 7. There was one, it started talking about Edom though. I thought that was interesting. I don't see it mentioned here. I think it was like, who were the kings of Edom? There it is. Yep. The kings of Edom and the dukes of Edom. I think it's significant that they would put that in there because it shows that they play a role in all of this still. And these names are shocking, right? Because we've seen these names, like I think, yeah, in the Old Testament. When we're looking at the genealogy, I think it's interesting, though, that they would still need them and use them. And then I thought about this, right? You see the colors there, right? Sky blue, yellow, white, red, white, red, whitish, red, ruddy, white. I'm thinking those probably explain the color patterns on flags. Because I remember a guy explained the colors on flags symbolize who owns that company, that corporation, that country. So when I seen that, I'm thinking, okay, these are the colors that stand for them. And we got to do a video taking that and seeing what flags then would match these, have these colors on it. There we go. Kings of Edom. The 10 hells and 7 places. Yeah, nah. This is a Hedron of Peru. Okay. that explains all right. Was it the king of Portugal went to Peru? Well, no, he went to he went not to Peru. Where'd he go? He went to Brazil, which Brazil is not that far from Peru. But the officers in a Masonic lodge. No problem. No problem. Postmaster. No, let's see. It sounds familiar. There we go. But I'll make sure to leave this in the description box so I won't forget. Of the sword suit. Yeah, I'm not into this. All this is just a bunch of demons. What was the other thing that I thought was interesting up there? It was in the content. The signs of the zodiac planets ruling. Planets expelled in the 12 banners of the names, the 12 tribes. Really? So when I've heard that, when we've heard people say that, I know I've heard them say that the 12 tribes are supposed to be the 12 zodiac signs. And then I've heard people explain there's more than the 12 zodiac signs. So I thought about that. But I think it's interesting in a book on this stuff. There you guys are. Wow. Man, they have a lot to do with. It's like they're constantly making sure they keep spells and magic against Hebrew people. It shouldn't come as a shock. It just blows my mind that in a book that's supposed to be about Crowley and witchcraft and Egyptians and all that, the Hebrew stuff would keep being mentioned in here over and over again. Demon King, and I don't care for that. Where was that? Roman gods, the same Roman gods, the same Greek gods. The same Greek gods. 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 Greek Same Scandinavian gods. So, well, I just thought that was interesting. That and I really don't like to look into this stuff because I feel like when you look into this stuff, then something follows you for days or weeks, and so I just avoid that. But I just thought that was interesting because that water sign, that hand sign, it's always bothered me. Like you see it, you see athletes do. What was number? Let's go back up to the top. I've seen athletes do number 2. Number 2 is what? Yeah, air. The god supporting the earth. What is his name? Atlas Shrug. I've seen them do number 2, like Randy Moss, and never even knew what he was doing. Now we know what 1 is 2. The god Seth fighting. You think about it, they've depicted Jesus doing this hand sign. And like I said, we all were familiar with George Washington doing that hand sign. So now we know. Osiris, man. They got 2 signs for him. Him rising, him being slain, and him rising. 10 and 7. Where was 7? Yep. See, isn't that 7 like him on the cross? That's good. We should look more into Osiris. I mean, probably beat that to death. People have already explained him so much, but that's interesting. So I'll leave it in the description box so it's an easier tool to go back to and look up. But yeah, I think we found your earth, wind, and fire. Did they have wind there? They don't have one for wind, do they? But I should do one about wind because I think wind is Mariah, right? And, the witches call it the winds of Mariah. And then you have Mariah Carey and her brother come out saying she's a witch.